Okay, our second lesson is going to be on operation symbols, comments, and variables. So, operation symbols are used to calculate numbers, and as you can see in this chart, if you want to say like add two numbers together, you would use the plus sign, subtract, minus, multiplication, you would use the asterisk or star, and for division, you would use a slash, modulus, the percentage sign, exponentiation, two asterisks, and for division, two slashes. And in case you didn't know, exponential is used to get the power of any number. Modulus gives the remainder of the quotient in division, and floor division gives the largest possible integer of the quotient in Python. So these are some examples of operation symbols. 5 times 8, 5 to the power of 2, 4 plus 2, 9 minus 1, 6 divided by 3, 8 floor division 4, and then 7 modulus 5. Here are some exercises if you want to try them on your own. Go ahead and pause the video. So now we're going to be learning about comments. A comment allows you to describe what is happening in the code without changing any part of it. It is used so that the code appears more organized, readable, and clear. And it's also used, say if you're sharing a project with someone and you write a whole bunch of code, an easier way for them to follow what you're writing or talking about would be if you add comments. So in Python, to write a comment, you would use a hash symbol. So if you want to add a comment, for example, if you say print, I like to play tennis, you would add a hash sign, and then you would say this is printing that I like to play tennis, or whatever you're talking about. Another example is if you're saying print my favorite color is green, below that or above or to the side even, wherever you want, you could add a comment saying, this is printing that my favorite color is green. Usually comments are relevant. They're supposed to be relevant to the code that's going on, so it's more organized and readable. Here are some other exercises about comments you can do. Just pause the video and see if you can print them out. Okay. So variables. Variables are used to store values just like in algebra. You can store any data type, whether that be strings, integers, floats, or booleans. Variables cannot begin with a number, but they can start with a letter or an underscore. A variable name should be relevant, or else it will get confusing if you name it like random things. Variables are defined with a variable name and an equal sign. For example, if you have example equals, this is a variable. Because it's a string, you would need to put quotation marks. And in the example variable, you are storing the data, which is this is a variable. That's what you're storing in example. So if you have, let's say you have a variable called name underscore 3 is equal to Irving. That would be a string because it has quotation marks. And also notice that all of these variables here, they have, they don't start with a number because the computer will get confused. And in the first example, there is an underscore, but you have to start with a letter. And another example is grade equals 4, which is an integer. Score 1 is equal to 2.9, which is a float. Here are some exercises you can practice if you want more help on defining variables. Okay, now so printing variables. So now we've defined our variables, but how will we execute them in the program, which is like the main thing, which is why we define the variables in the first place. So printing variables prints anything that is stored in the defined variable. For example, if name is equal to Python, if that's what you store in the variable name, and you print the name, like you say print parentheses name close parentheses, it will print out Python because you put you stored, that's what you stored in the variable name. So put the variable name in parentheses without any other format. Don't try to add quotation marks or because it's not a string, it's a variable, and the computer won't know what. It'll just print out name if you put print quotation marks name. You can try and experiment for yourselves, but the name, if you want to print the variable name, put it without any notation, just name. Here are some exercises if you want to try them. Pause the video and see if you can do them. Okay, that is it for this lesson. Our third lesson will be on concatenation and user input, so stay tuned for that. Bye.